Now more than ever, innovative technologies are fueling change and sparking new ways of thinking. Collaboration between corporations and startups is key to staying at the forefront of these trends. However, finding the right startups can be expensive, time-consuming, and ineffective. But Plug and Play is here to help. As a corporate partner, you will gain access to a whole ecosystem of innovation. Discover startups that meet your tech interests. Stay updated on the latest trends and network with industry peers. We will help you during every stage of your innovation journey, no matter where you are and where you want to go. Get in touch today.
Hello and welcome to our corporate reverse pitch event. This is still one of my favorite sessions we put together as it easily uncovers opportunities to collaborate with some of our corporate partners. And today we'll have 8 great companies presenting. If you don't know me already, my name is Kevin Wistanley and I'll be your host for this session. If you joined us last week, welcome back. And if you missed our first session, please reach out to the Plug and Play team so we can share the recording with you. We want to support any relevant connections we can make within the ecosystem. And today's schedule will follow this agenda. After I'm finished here, we'll jump right into the presentations from our corporate partners, then finish with about 35 minutes or so networking here on Remo. And speaking of Remo, I want to cover a few tips to help create the best experience possible. You'll want to be joining from a desktop or laptop computer using either Google Chrome or the most updated browser. If you do run into any issues, Plug and Play will have a help desk on the left-hand side of the screen where you can chat with us to help troubleshoot any issues. Then this is what you can expect to see when the networking begins. So we'll have a table for each of the corporate presenters, and you can find their names directly under that table. You can join any of these tables by simply double-clicking on that table. But if there are already 6 people, you will receive a message stating that the table is full. So feel free to hop on over to another one until space clears out. Now in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see an icon where you can update your profile. Please do add a photo or company logo. Update your name to include your company name, and I'll repeat, update your name to include your company name, and add your LinkedIn or website URLs, which makes the networking and connecting a lot easier. Now moving to the bottom of the screen, you'll see the controls to turn on and off your camera and microphone, as well as a chat box where you can chat directly with one person or the entire table where you're at. And on the left-hand side, you will find which floor you're on. All action will be on the first floor, so make sure you stay there. We also have labeled where you can find our Plug and Play help desk on the left-hand side. And then last but not least, you can check your camera and mic settings by clicking those 3 little lines up in the upper left-hand corner. Oh, and almost forgot, there's a new feature to help locate yourself on the screen. Sometimes it's hard to see where you are amongst all the other attendees, so this locator button will be helpful. Now, let's get started. Our first presenter is Hitachi, a large Japanese conglomerate offering many different products and services. But today we have Sean to highlight a few areas they're focusing here in Silicon Valley.
Hello, my name is Sean Koyama. I'm the Startup Liaison Manager at Hitachi. Thanks for having me. Today I'll explain who we are, what we do in Silicon Valley, and what we are looking for in mobility. So first, brief introduction on Hitachi. So our company vision is to power good through social innovation. So what does that mean? We're trying to make the society a better place to live by innovating the solutions that support it. On the bottom left diagram, this is the solution lineup that we have. First, on the bottom left, we build the trains itself and the safety mechanism behind it. And above that, we have washing machines and other home appliance systems that power smart homes and smart cities. Next to that, we make industrial equipment where we're utilizing robots and edge devices. And then next to that, we have energy systems to keep our cities powered. And last but not least, the right half, we have critical IT systems such as financial systems, along with these data centers. So by innovating in the solutions that power our society, we want to make it a better place. So that's our vision. Today, I'll focus on what we do in rail as it is one of our core businesses, and it's one of the most focused areas for startup collaboration. We have three main businesses: rolling stock, solutions, and services. So rolling stock is a term used to describe trains. We manufacture trains that people ride every day. This includes very high-speed bullet trains, Shinkansen, commuter trains, and metros. We manufacture these trains in Europe, US, and Japan and sell these to railway operators. Next up is solutions. We develop train control systems that keeps trains from colliding each other or other accidents. And then we have traffic management systems where we decide what time the train arrives where and visualize how many trains we need to realize this timetable. And then we have the ticketing systems that people can reserve tickets on. You might have heard in the news, but we just won an $800 million contract with San Francisco BART signaling system to modernize and increase frequency. So for those of you in Silicon Valley, you will be hearing more about us, our technology in the coming years. Last but not least, we have services. Utilizing our experience in trains, we provide train maintenance systems services, signaling operation and maintenance services, and also asset management services. And the main driver for our innovation is our customer problems. As we all know, COVID-19 had hit transportation heavily, and railway operators are fighting through this crisis. So we're trying to help them ensure that their passengers are safe, and we can keep the railway operators' operations up and running. And these are the three challenges that we're focusing on right now. So first, enabling mobility as a service through multimodal transportation. We want to make it easier for people to travel. You've all probably rode an Uber or maybe possibly an autonomous vehicle, but you know how convenient they are. And we want to connect these experiences to make transportation even easier. Another is optimizing railway operations. So we have social distancing and pressure for less on-site staff, but at the same time, we need to ensure safety for the train. So we're trying to help this through automation and remote technologies. And the third piece is enhancing passenger experience. So do we still want to line up for tickets and then sprint to the train or maybe wait in line to get refunds? No. So we're trying to work to make the passenger experience as easier as possible. This is our scouting process. We meet the startup, we have a monthly meeting with the railway executives. So we introduce 3 to 4 startups every month. And then we do the introduction with the actual team to the startup. The teams are usually based in Europe and US. NDA, and then we do the discussions going forward. So that's our scouting process. And here are a few of POCs and pilot case studies. First one is a cybersecurity startup. This is a startup that detects anomalies in different railway equipment. We saw opportunity for a joint proposal to railway customers. This is bidding for Europe and global. So that's why we did a technical evaluation in London, which is complete now, and we're ready for possible bidding. Another is a sensor startup that can find other trains or obstacles ahead of the track. We saw opportunity here for possible collaboration in the Japanese market to attach this on the train to detect things coming up ahead. So we purchased a sensor to evaluate technical capability currently in Japan R&D division. And another one is a computer vision startup. This is an advanced scanner for assets. We saw opportunity for scanning tickets for the Japanese mobility as a service market. And now we're proposing to a railway customer about this concept and POC for earlier next year. So that's the presentation. And Hitachi's, it's not the easiest, well, the fastest company you can work with, but once you're in, these railway projects are long-term. They're usually more than 10 years, and we can innovate to make the society a better place to live in. So thanks for the presentation. This is the email and LinkedIn, my credentials. So not my credentials, sorry, my information. So thanks.
Thank you, Sean. And up next, we have Karcher. Karcher is a German manufacturer producing cleaning supplies and equipment for both the residential and commercial markets. I'll hand it over to Dylan to tell us more.
Hello, and thank you for having me this morning. My name is Dylan, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about Karcher, who we are, and what we do. For those of you who are not familiar with Karcher, we are the world's largest manufacturer of cleaning supplies and equipment, ranging from small household vacuums like you might have in your own house, all the way up to large commercial applications and appliances. In 1962, Karcher set up our first international subdivision, headquartered in France. Since then, we've grown tremendously, and we've always had a focus on international business. Because of that, we've now grown to over 120 companies that are available in 70 countries worldwide. And where we can't have our own companies, we make sure that we have trade partnerships, over 40,000 of them, that help us sell our products. And all of this is to get closer to the customers, as they're one of our most important stakeholders and our biggest value drivers at the company. By providing so many channels for our customers to access our products, we have seen growth in our company. And in the last 10 years, since beginning our focus on customers, we've seen over 65% growth. We also have a very international presence, and that has resulted in over 85% of all of our sales being foreign. Sales are roughly divided between our professional and our home and garden products, each of which make up about 50% of our revenues. Our professional products are meant to be for the B2B sector, while our home and garden products are for the B2C sector. And despite overall difficult economic conditions in Germany these last few years, we consistently post new record sales volumes. Karcher is always making new developments in cleaning technology and continuously evolving existing technologies and devices. And this is no accident, but the result of a clearly defined and controlled process. Right now, over 1,000 employees worldwide work on our innovation processes, most of which is in the branch of research and development. And at any given time, we have over 300 innovation projects running simultaneously, and up to 100 new products are put on the market each year. We do not research every possible direction, but instead focus on forward-looking technologies and markets that allow us to advance development there. The success of this innovation process is evident. Karcher holds well above 600 active patents and has filed over 1,800 patents in our lifetime. Here you can see some examples of our home and garden products, which are part of our consumer product line. As you can see, we have vacuums. We do both indoor and outdoor vacuums. Pressure washers. We do both electrical and gas pressure washers. Those kind of provide the core part of the Karcher business. We also have electrical mops, steam cleaners, and a whole variety of other home cleaning devices that you would be familiar with. Moving on, here you can see some examples of our professional products. Our professional products make up approximately 50% of all of our revenues and range from things such as pressure washers at the core of our business to scrubber dryers, industrial vacuum cleaners, street sweepers, and even large machinery such as car washes. At Karcher, we like to think that we revolve around our customers, and in doing so, we also approach our sales the same way. We believe that sales means opening doors for our customers in as many channels as possible. And we offer our products in direct sales via our online store or on Salesforce, as well as at our own Karcher centers, operated by us or our partners. And lastly, at mass market retailers for electronics, general goods, as well as web stores. I'm now going to move on to Karcher New Ventures. Karcher New Ventures is the innovation and venture capital part of Karcher. We have offices in Germany and Silicon Valley, as well as team members in China. Our goal is to engage and work with as many startups that can contribute to our business as possible. When it comes to investments and partnerships, Karcher New Ventures focuses on 4 main topics: smart cleaning, robotics, new cleaning methods, and new business models. Smart cleaning are intelligent new solutions that we can use to make cleaning more efficient and more effective. This is often with IoT devices, AI built in, or some form of automation. Robotics are often smart cleaning as well, but as there's such a large industry, it's another focus area for us. This is somewhere we've been very active recently, both internally developing our own robotic systems and externally partnering with startups and making investments to help build our next generation of internal systems. Next, we have new cleaning methods, which is kind of a niche area for startups, but these are companies that are actually building devices that provide new forms of cleaning that are not currently available to the market. Lastly, we look for new business models, and basically this means we're looking to find technologies that we can leverage to have new ways to share our products with our customers, whether that be sharing platforms, subscription methods, or rental services or something new, that's another focus area for us. As far as our investment guidelines, we invest kind of in early stage companies. So usually we look at seed and Series A, sometimes all the way up to Series B, but usually that'll only be if we were already involved with a company up until that point. We also shoot for 5 to 25% of the company's equity by the time we've completed all our investments with them. And we're investing anywhere from €500,000 to 10 million euros over an investment cycle with any company. We don't have global restrictions. We have offices in Germany, Silicon Valley, and a satellite office in China that are all doing work on the venture projects. And as far as companies go, we're looking for companies that are scalable and provide completely innovative and new technologies, as well as teams that are subject matter experts and have very strong connections to both their respective industries and their other founders. So when it comes to investments and partnerships and evaluating those, strategic alignment becomes everything. We choose to invest or partner with startups based on how startups fit into CarShare. For example, companies that can help with internal processes such as manufacturing, sales, customer support, packaging, things like that, logistics, those are very attractive partnerships cases for us, and there's a lot of those companies out there that we'd love to work with. As far as product goes and companies that are building products themselves or enabling products, those can go either way for us. We can either do partnerships, or if it's a major realignment of a product and it's very aligned with us personally, that might be a good investment case. And lastly, when a startup provides a new solution or a new product that we can add as a standalone CarShare portfolio product, that is very attractive to us. And so that is usually a very niche company that's already within the cleaning space and is providing new technologies that are not currently available on the market elsewhere. Thank you all for having me here. And if CarShare seems like it might be an interesting company for partnerships or developments with, please feel free to reach out to either myself or Florian. We both work in the plug and play office and are happy to meet with anyone who is interested. Thank you.
Thank you, Dylan. Our next partner is Mitsubishi Electric, who's a Japanese manufacturer of electrical and electronic products and systems that are involved in many sectors. One in particular, their building systems group, is represented today by Hitoshi, who will tell us more. Please take it away.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you for joining our reverse pitch today. My name is Hitoshi Kamasaki. I'm Senior Director of Mitsubishi Electric US. I'm so excited to make a presentation today to all of you. Today, I'm going to talk about 5 topics: our company overview, core product and business units, building systems, test facilities, and startup investment process. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to talk about the overview of Mitsubishi Electric. Our headquarters is in Tokyo, Japan, and it was founded in 1921. Yes, this year, 2021, is the 100th anniversary. I belong to Mitsubishi Electric Innovation Center in Mountain View, and the head office Mitsubishi Electric US is located in Cypress, Orange County in California. Our mission is to discover startups and collaborate with you to create new business. Next, core product. We have a wide range of global products and do business all over the world. For example, business units providing air conditioning and home appliances, factory automation systems, and so on. And building systems, this is I'm involved with. Today, I'm going to explain about building systems mainly. We provide elevators, escalators, building management systems, and maintenance services. Next, building systems. Firstly, I'd like to talk about the elevator. We ship our product to 94 countries in the world, which are highlighted in yellow on this map. Our products are also used in landmark buildings in various countries. Recently, we have installed ultra-high-speed elevator in Shanghai Central Tower in Shanghai, China. Secondary escalator. We are the only company in the world that manufactures spiral escalators. These escalators have been installed in landmark buildings as well. This picture shows the spiral escalator in Las Vegas. Thirdly, building management systems. In addition to conventional functions such as bus and BEMS, new services are being provided by utilizing IoT and AI technologies. One of the most recent features is the use of mobile robots in buildings that operate in conjunction with elevators. Specifically, the robot access to the server and control the elevator to call and talk, take, and get up at the destination floor. First, maintenance services. We provide maintenance service for overseas remotely. However, elevator data is collected and analyzed at the global data center. Then, the results are pushed to each country. Next, test facility. We have several test facilities to further improve these products. This left picture is the testing facility for elevators. And this right picture is the facility for testing the environment in the buildings. I'd like to propose to all of you in this pitch. Why don't you try to demonstrate your new technologies using these test environments with us? Finally, I'd like to explain about our startup scouting procedure to businesses. First, we select the technical problem as a topic selection and find startups through their strengths. In these processes, we will take feedback headquarters. By doing so, we are trying to accelerate the commercialization of technology. This is all I'd like to present today. Thank you for joining in my pitch. If you are interested in our technologies, if you have technologies that you think would be able to collaborate with us, please feel free to contact us. Also, if you are interested in doing POC using our testing facility, please contact us. We are in Mountain View and Cypress, California. Our door is always open. Thank you very much. And I'm looking forward to talking with you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Hitoshi. And I believe our next partner, Takenaka, has the longest history compared to any other partner. With over 400 years since being founded, Taka is here to tell us more about the current innovation focus.
Hello, I'm Taka, Director of Takuri, local subsidiary of Takenaka Corporation. I'm in charge of collaborating with tech startups to deploy advanced technologies in Takenaka's business. This is an overview of Takenaka. Takenaka is one of the largest general contractors in Japan with the following unique features: master builder spirit, integrated building design build, which means Takenaka specializes in building construction with over 70% of its projects done by integrated design build. It is also a private ownership company for sustainably contributing to society by building the best works to future generations. This is our history. Takenaka family started a carpentry business more than 400 years ago and now has grown to be more than $10 billion business. This is global footprint. We are working in 23 countries. In United States, mainly doing real estate business, including hotel and office in San Francisco. I show some of our past works so that you can see the opportunity to work with Takenaka. We have built many urban landmarks in Japan as well as globally, like this building. We are dome specialists, have done most of Japanese dome stadiums, and still holding record of Japanese tallest skyscraper. This is Aben Harkas constructing Osaka landscape. We are often involved in historical building projects. This is National Gallery Singapore. Current exciting project is this large-scale urban creation project. This is Umekita second phase in Osaka. In order to support challenging projects, we have one of the largest R&D facilities in construction industry. More than 200 researchers are covering a wide range of expertise. Beyond internal R&D, in order to accelerate innovation in our business and construction industry, Takenaka established GRIT, located in San Francisco and Tokyo. I'm involved in this team. GRIT makes a connection between Takenaka's resources, opportunities, and external stakeholders, especially startups. And we support collaboration from first contact to POC and to actual deployment. Mission. Our mission is to drive innovation with tech startups to digitalize and advance our entire business process and make next-gen integrated design build. We have been collaborating with many startups and deploying their technologies. Show some of examples. This is HoloBuilder. They are providing site progress recording, analysis, and sharing with aggregated 360 photos in cloud. We started collaboration in 2018, and they have achieved localization to the Japanese market. This is Streambeam that enables us to achieve common data environment leveraging BIM. Since we started global collaboration in 2017, we have expanded relationships with many construction tech startups in many locations with various technologies like reality capture, robotics, 3D printing. Beyond design build, we are seeing opportunities to expand our participation in sustainable urban creation on a global scale. Takenaka Group will unite to take on challenge of service field expansion as well as new business fields in urban creation. Most importantly, we must work with our many partners and stakeholders to achieve our decarbonization goals. Likewise, we must prepare technologies to respond to climate change. We have set up priority areas based on our capabilities, resources, opportunities, and social challenges. We are looking at business opportunities in these areas and have already started to work on them little by little. We are happy to work together with you in these areas as well. Thank you for your time. Please feel free to contact me if you are interested. Thank you.
Thank you, Taka. Now Tatsuta's products within the electric wire and cable and electronic material space are within many products around us today, including our smartphones. And I'd like to pass it over to Bob to introduce Tatsuta and tell us more.
Ohio gozaimasu. My name is Bob Wilson, and I'm proud to represent Tatsuta at this plug-and-play reverse pitch session. Tatsuta Electric Wire and Cable is a 75-year-old Japanese company with $500 million of sales and 1,000 employees worldwide. We're part of a larger Japanese conglomerate called JXTG Holdings, which has oil and gas and mining and metals activities. As part of JXTG Holdings is INEOS Oil and Gas, which is the largest transportation fuels company in Japan. Tatsuta Electric Wire and Cable is divided into 7 business units, starting with our electric wire and cable business, where we produce high-quality wires and cables. To the right of that, going clockwise around the circle, is our equipment wire and cable business, where we produce wiring harnesses for applications such as factory automation and appliances. Below that is the functional materials business unit. That's followed by the bonding wire business unit that produces wiring for semiconductor and electronic packaging applications. That's followed by our sensor and medical products business unit, where we make sensors such as water leak detectors and medical products such as catheters. Above that is the photoelectronic components business unit, where we make components based on our original optical fiber technology. And then finally, we have an environmental analysis services business. All of these business units are interested in disruptive innovations and would be happy to talk to you. But our open innovation process is really focused on the medical products business unit and the functional materials business unit. On this slide, we show some of the main products of our functional materials business unit. So starting in the upper right, we make a thermoset conductive bonding film, which is used here to mount a camera module for a cell phone application. Below that is bonding wire for packaging of integrated circuits. Below that is the conductive paste for through via filling. At the bottom, we show 2 of our film products, a double adhesive, pressure sensitive adhesive film, and below that a free grounding film. To the left is our non-conductive paste for substrates. Above that is the EMI shielding film for flexible printed circuit boards. And then thermoplastic anisotropic conductive bonding paste is shown in the upper left. Key product for us in this space is the EMI shielding film for flexible printed circuits, where we have a dominant market position worldwide. Tatsuta's technology focus is in the markets of electronic appliances, mobile electronics, and automotive. Some of our key products in that area are thin films, such as the EMI shielding film for FPCs, conductive bonding film, other functional films, as well as conductive paste, such as copper paste for via filling, copper paste for through-hole circuits, paste for circuitry and package shielding applications. All of these products are based on Tatsuta's core strengths of conductive materials, particularly resin-type conductive materials, manufacturing, particularly roll-to-roll production of films, and other continuous manufacturing processes. We have a core strength of EMI shielding and EMI shielding materials. And probably not least for this discussion is that we have very strong channel partners that we've developed over the years. Our innovation interests in these areas are in thermal interface materials, printed electronics, conductive materials, additive manufacturing, advanced manufacturing for metallization, thin films, and electronic packaging. Our innovation process starts with technology scouting, and the plug-and-play deal flow process is a component of that. Once we find a startup company that is of interest, we go through a due diligence process, which may include technical evaluation, such as testing samples that are provided by the small business, but also includes financial evaluation, managerial evaluation, and market evaluation. Once we pass through this due diligence process, then we enter into a negotiation of the strategic relationship between the two organizations. And that can take many different forms. It can be as simple as a co-marketing activity, could be a joint development activity, possibly could be investment from Tatsuta to the small business, or even discussions of merger and acquisition. Success in these activities, though, leads to new innovative products that can be brought to market through our strong channel partners or possibly through a joint venture. Some recent case studies include Advanced Cavitation Inc. ACI has developed an advanced cavitation process for dispersing difficult to handle materials, leading to high performance inks and coatings. ACI was introduced to Tatsuta by Plug and Play in May of 2019, and after evaluating materials produced through their process and conducting appropriate due diligence, Tatsuta entered into a partnership that includes joint product development, joint marketing, and a strategic investment. A second case study is Coprint. So Coprint produces nano copper inks, which have high conductivity and snap sintering. Tatsuta and Coprint were introduced by Plug and Play in October of 2019. After testing Coprint's copper inks, Tatsuta announced a strategic investment in October of 2020. As strategic partners, Coprint and Tatsuta will perform joint product development and marketing activities, building a collaborative relationship to establish a joint base in Asia. Tatsuta is interested in disruptive technologies in the areas of thermal interface materials, additive manufacturing, 3D printing, advanced materials, metal pastes and inks, new manufacturing processes, and EMI shielding. What we can offer our strategic partners are strong networking activities, potential funding, joint development, scalability and mass production, and access to our strong channels. If you have a disruptive, innovative technologies and you'd like to talk to us, here's my contact information, and I will stick around for the networking session to follow. Thanks very much. Bye.
Thank you, Bob. And up next, we have Daikin. Daikin is a global air conditioning manufacturer, and through their Silicon Valley lab, are looking to deliver cleaner air, more comfortable environments, and a smarter living for everyone. Yuya, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. My name is Yuya Saito from Daikin Innovation Lab Silicon Valley, which is open innovation arm of Daikin Industries. I hope everyone is well and staying safe. Today, I'd like to talk about following topics. First of all, Daikin overview. Daikin is a global #1 air conditioning company. Our headquarters is located in Osaka, Japan. We are doing business globally in more than 150 countries, and over 80% of our sales come from outside of Japan. Our core products are air conditioning systems, and we have a wide range of products, not only residential, commercial air conditioning systems, but also industrial. Our air conditioning systems are installed all over the world, such as World Trade Center Freedom Tower in New York, or air conditioning systems for subway stations. We are located in South Bay area, and we'd like to collaborate with you to build a sustainable, comfortable, and healthier society. Our focusing areas are these 4 categories: environment, energy, comfortable air, and smart living. We are looking for creative solutions with using technologies, especially with data, including AI and IoT. We have been establishing collaboration process called Daikin Innovation Pipeline. Our process starts from creating collaboration themes based on our focusing areas. Then we start to research collaborators. This technology research process is basically operated with the help of Plug and Play. And after the partner selection, we start proof of concept. During the proof of concept, we offer engineering support and technology feedback to you as a market leader. You can also use our own IoT platform for data analysis. And if POC goes well, your ideas or technologies will be commercialized all over the world with Daikin's global network. This is our partner selection process called Daikin Challenge, and we did Daikin Challenge twice. This shows our first Daikin Challenge, and we set the collaboration topic as sensing technology and data analysis. We sent invitations to startups with the help of Plug and Play, and 17 startups deployed with their ideas. After the selection, we discussed with 10 startups and 5 startups started POC with Daikin. After we implement POCs, we make go or stop decision to commercialize. We have been trying to keep this process short with the involvement of decision makers from business divisions, and this Daikin challenge will take about 3 months. Here is one of the case studies of our collaboration with startup, Iraikens. Iraikens is a startup based in France, and we met them at Plug and Play. We collaborate with Iraikens to create air quality related solutions with using air quality sensing technologies. We provided engineering support, and after their core development, we deployed and tested more than 100 sensors in multiple locations through Daikin's global network. In conclusion, here are some examples of technologies we are looking for. First, this might be Daikin's unique word, but air tech. This means all technologies or ideas to develop a comfortable air environment. Then health tech. Health tech includes comfort sleep tech to realize people's life better. We also look for prop tech, like predictive maintenance of equipment to minimize operation costs and energy management of buildings. Prop tech also includes smart building, smart city technologies. We also have refrigeration business and provide various solutions to cold chain. So we also look for cold chain tech. We would like to create new business through innovation with these technologies. So please bring your ideas or technologies to us. That's all from us. We are always open and excited to learn about new business or technologies. Please visit our website and follow us on LinkedIn page. Your submission of your ideas on our website is more than welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yuya. And our next partner, Claro, plays the role of connecting many of the IoT devices and solutions that are being developed as a telecom company. Focusing on the Brazil market, and here to tell us more, please let me hand things over to Rodrigo.
Hi, I'm Rodrigo Duclos, and I'm the CDO, the Chief Digital Officer of Claro in Brazil. I'm here to present Claro to you, some of our challenges, and invite you to get together. So we are part of América Móvil, one of the largest operators groups in telecom operators in the world, and the largest in Brazil. We are present in 25 countries in Latin America and also in Europe. We manage around 358 million connections to, the numbers are there, but a lot of mobile clients, cell phones, fixed lines, fiber, cable, and 27 million broadband access, and 41 million pay TV, that's cable and satellite customers. In Brazil, we answer for 7.4 million subscribers, and we have 58 million cellulars working in the country, around almost 10 million broadband subscribers, and 57 million mobile internet access. We also have a B2B arm that works with the top 500 companies in Brazil, and we including there all the government, federal government, state government, and most of the cities. Besides the normal 3G, 4G, 4.5G, 5G, we also have networks for low power and wide area, specialized for the telecom operators. We do have CAT-M and NB-IoT installed and ready to activate in a lot of the country. The red dots here presents a bit of our coverage. And Brazil is being a great source of opportunities for IoT and smart cities. We have the government issued a incentive plan in 10 verticals, but and we are prioritizing mobility, safety, public safety, energy efficiency, and health. Sorry for the Portuguese slide. I borrowed that from my colleague that is focused only on IoT opportunities, but basically we have a big market. The applications arena is still undecided, so there's a lot of opportunity to develop great applications, prepaid models, corporate and public savings, and fill the knowledge gap that is there in the cities and in the companies and the utilities. We have good relationship with all of them, and we are thinking or inviting you to create a three-way business model, taking into account you, the Claro, and the city or the corporate partner. And also, there's an opportunity to use fiscal benefits and incentives to work with universities, local universities here, and that we have the chance to create POCs and pilots in many of them. We already partnering with the few big universities, especially for the 5G. And there's a great opportunity also. That's one example, the public lighting. The market is up for grabs. It's full of opportunities, and we have teams that are looking at how Claro can work with the cities and the ecosystems that is inserted in this opportunity. And my invitation here is make you think, if you can, use our data, use our assets, benefit from our brand and reach and relations to get to the government, to the cities, to the corporates, create and co-create intellectual property, so we can develop applications and have a win-win business model that we can help you scale in the country, and also create new revenue sources beyond the connection and the traditional telco business model. Thank you.
Thank you, Rodrigo. And our last presenter for today will be Joshua from Sekisui, manufacturing many high-performance plastics that are involved in products across many industries. I'll let Joshua narrow down the areas of their business and how to work with them.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Kiriak, and I'm a business development specialist at a subsidiary of Sekisui Chemical. And today I'd like to cover two topics in this reverse pitch presentation. First, for those unfamiliar with Sekisui Chemical, I'll provide a brief introduction of our company. And secondly, I'd like to explain how Sekisui approaches its open innovation activities, including our current technological areas of interest and how we go about collaborating with startups. So Sekisui Chemical is a Japanese chemical company founded in Osaka in 1947. And we actually have two headquarters, one being located in Osaka, Japan, and the other in Tokyo, Japan. And so as of 2020, we have over 27,000 employees located worldwide, and we bring in approximately $11 billion in annual sales. And so these sales come from three business units, and these business units engage in both B2C and B2B business models. And so these business units are our housing division, infrastructure division, and what we call our high performance plastics division. And so starting with our housing division, this division is primarily focused on the Japanese market and engages in the manufacturing of prefabricated houses, which basically means we build houses room by room on an assembly line and then ship out the rooms to a construction site where the rooms are then put together to form a house, kind of like a large Lego set. Then secondly, we have our infrastructure division. This division is focused on the use of plastics in infrastructure applications such as residential water supply, high-performance piping for manufacturing plants, and piping for agricultural water. And lastly, we have our high-performance plastics division. This is the division to which I belong, and the division around which today's discussion will mostly center around. But the high-performance plastics division covers products such as tiny plastic particles, films, and foams. These are primarily products that require tight specifications, good durability properties, and many times other functions beyond being a simple piece of plastic. And so these products, you can find them in your everyday items, your cell phone, TV, car, office, the list goes on and on. So currently we're focused on monitoring and scouting technology in these areas of interest, which can be divided into 4 categories. Those are electronics, mobility, quality of life, and the catch-all category here being advanced materials. And so instead of going through each of these keywords one by one, I'm just going to highlight a few areas of particular interest to us at the moment. Those being in the electronics category, communication, primarily 5G and technologies beyond that. We're interested in startups working to develop hardware or materials that solve the unique challenges faced by communication technology that uses these higher frequency bandwidths. And so the next one would be AR, VR, MR, augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality. Again, interested in meeting with startups that are designing hardware or materials that will enable to make these devices slimmer, more lightweight, or just more comfortable to wear for users. Next, in the mobility category, we're interested in startups developing hardware or materials related to ADAS and autonomous driving systems. So these can include technologies such as LiDAR, radar, or camera-based systems. The next category, quality of life. We're interested in Industry 4.0 startups. As a manufacturer, we're always looking for ways to improve the efficiency of our manufacturing processes. And another focus is plastic recycling. As a company that manufactures a lot of plastics, we're very concerned with the plastic pollution problem and are very interested to discuss this problem with startups working to develop new recycling methods. And the final category, advanced materials. We're interested to meet with startups developing nanomaterials, metamaterials, or bio-based polymers. And so if you're a startup working in one of these technological areas, you're probably wondering, okay, so how can I go about collaborating with Sekisui? And so we collaborate with startups in a variety of ways. That being said, there's no 2 startups that are alike, and therefore there's no real set-in-stone roadmap for how we can work together. But that being said, I've kind of broken it down into 4 big categories. The first one, which is pretty straightforward across the board, is the technology evaluation phase. And we usually like to receive samples of the startup technology and evaluate it to determine, one, the maturity of the technology, and also develop a better idea of the technology's potentials and limitations. Second, if the evaluation results are promising, we may proceed to engage in a POC. This POC, we could possibly combine the startup and Sekisui technology and evaluate the compatibility of the two and also the performance. And so after that long process, if the technology has good synergies and we determine that there's a need in the market that we can fill, we may invest in the startup. We may license the startup's technology. We may just purchase material products from the startup with the startup acting as a supplier to Sekisui, or we may even just go ahead and acquire the startup. And so before I wrap up the presentation, I just wanted to highlight the Manase Innovation Center I mentioned earlier in the presentation. Manase is actually the name of the town in which it's located, halfway between Osaka and Kyoto. And it's actually a very spacious facility, 5 floors, over 10,000 square meters of floor space. And it's also a very eco-friendly building. We designed it with the idea of cutting primary energy consumption by 55%. And as a result, the building has actually received this ZEB Ready certification. ZEB, Z-E-B, meaning zero emission building. And so lastly, it has state-of-the-art facilities. So these facilities include a technology garage, which is basically a space where we showcase Sekisui technologies and products, and people can play around with them. The idea being to inspire new ideas. The second is a lab studio space. This takes up 1 full floor of the Manase Innovation Center, and it's a full functioning lab where we can potentially evaluate prototypes or samples received from startups. Startups could also visit us. We could perform experiments or evaluations together. It's a very interesting way to collaborate with startups, and we're looking forward to using that space. And then lastly, we have this place called the Creative Lab. This is essentially a co-working space with the idea of fostering communication between the Sekisui business units, but also facilitate communications with Sekisui employees and visitors to the Innovation Center. So thank you for sitting through this presentation. If you're a startup, a corporate partner, or anyone that just wants to get in touch, please feel free to email me at this email address below, jkiriak@s-lec.us. Again, my name is Joshua Kiriak. I'm a business development specialist located in the San Francisco Bay Area. And after these presentations conclude, I'll be sitting at one of the Sekisui tables in Remo. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Joshua. And that will conclude today's presentations. I hope everyone took good notes and are ready to connect with a few of our presenters in our networking session. But before I leave you, I'd like to remind you of our upcoming Winter Summit. This will be from November 8th through 18th, but we'll have our IoT, real estate and construction, mobility, and energy sessions on the second week, which start November 15th. So please reach out to any of us at Plug and Play to obtain more details. And with that, I'd like to kick off our networking session. Remind you to stay on the first floor and turn on your camera and mic to make the networking more interactive. I'll see you all on the other side. Bye now.